Bolivian ambassador to the United Nations, indeed the man who called today's Security Council meeting. Let's talk to him. He's made the time to be with us. Hi, thank you for your time. Tell us more about your concerns, which led you to call that meeting.
Well, thank you very much. Our main concern is that due to the threats that the United States is imposing on this situation, and the threat to use force, a unilateral action, that goes against the United Nations Charter. And also we are concerned about the possibility of escalation, and thus that this could go out of control, and we might end up with a wider conflict than the one that's already been suffered in Syria.
And that's a serious concern. You think it is possible, yeah?
Well, I mean, we believe that the United Nations Charter and its principles should guide the resolution of any conflict or problem. The problem that we are facing is that the United States is willing to go against the Charter. And we believe that the UN system as a whole, not just the Security Council, but the UN system, should do its best in upholding the principles of the UN Charter. That's why we convened the meeting that we had today, and we just been informed that tomorrow we will have another open meeting regarding the threats that the United States has sent against not just Syria in this case, but against the whole UN system.
Your colleague, the US envoy to the UN, Nikki Haley, just a few days ago said that the, quote, Security Council has proved itself to be useless. What's your assessment of her comments on it?
Well, I think that the Security Council has a lot of problems. I think it has a lot of also challenges. We can talk about the need of reform of the Security Council. We can talk about the privilege that the permanent members of the Security Council have, that we think that we believe that should be changed. But at this particular moment, I think the main challenge that the Security Council has is to unite and to create an independent mechanism in order to investigate the alleged chemical attacks. But even if that doesn't work, that doesn't allow the United States to take actions by its own. So whatever happens, if the United States takes a unilateral action, it will be a violation of international law. And the UN system should not, of course, accept that. And as I said, it will not be an attack against Syria, but also an attack against the whole United Nations system.
And as it stands tonight, your thoughts about the US Defense Secretary saying that America has the right to carry out preemptive strikes against Assad's forces to defend its own troops. That's just a pretext to go in, is it?
It is a pretext. It is a pretext, and right now we have what we have. The information we have from the United Nations is that there is no conclusive investigation on the chemical attack. First of all, second, that the only body, the only organ in the international system that could approve the use of force is the Security Council. Before they do anything, they need to have an approval, an authorization by the Security Council. Otherwise, it is of course a violation of international law. The problem is that the United States believes and acts as it would be, as it is above any law. They believe that they have their own rules, and it is not the case. And Bolivia, as member of Security Council, has a responsibility to represent the whole membership of the Council, 193 countries. Those 15 members in the Council represent the wider membership. And the first responsibility that we have is to uphold the purposes and the principles of the United Nations Charter. And any unilateral action goes against those purposes and principles.
Sacha Llorenti, Bolivia's ambassador to the United Nations, thank you.